Good morning everyone. Today in this lecture we will discuss about the postulates of Dalton's atomic theory. You have done in class 9 that there were early philosophers who were wondering that each and everything what we see all around, different kind of matter, these matters are made up of which thing. After further discovery near about 470 BC, they were able to find that each and everything around us is made up of tiny particles. That means if we keep on dividing these matter, a stage will come that we cannot divide it further. So in that case, the Leucippus and Democritus, these were the two scientists or philosophers who says that okay, each and everything around us is made from tiny particles which were called atoms. And atom is made from a Greek word which means atomos, and atomos means indivisible and invisible. Understood? After that, certain experiments were followed, and after that, John Dalton was a scientist who gives certain laws on the basis of his experiments. Just see, after these laws, he gives certain postulates, and that postulates are known as Dalton atomic theory. Understood? Now, these postulates are as under. Just see, first postulate that matter is made up of tiny particles which are called atoms. Just now I have told, whatever we see all around, when we keep on dividing these matter, a stage will come that we cannot divide it further. So in that case, we see that these tiny particles are called atoms. Understood? Atoms are the building block of all matter, whether it is solid, liquid or gas. Understood? Next is, atoms can neither be created nor destroyed. You have done in law of conservation of mass. Whenever we are doing any chemical reaction, the total mass of reactant side is always equal to the total mass of product side. That means in that case mass can neither be created, that means atoms can neither be created nor destroyed. Understood? Third point is, atoms of similar element have same mass and chemical property. That means if we are talking about carbon, if I am having carbon, other is also having carbon, in that case they are the atoms of same element. Or we take iron, in that case they have same mass. In case of iron, the mass is 56, in case of carbon mass is 12. In that case, if they are similar elements, atoms of similar element, their masses will be same as well as their chemical properties will be same. Understood? Next point is, atoms of different element have different mass and chemical properties. If I am saying atom of carbon, I am having atom of carbon and other is having atom of iron. So in that case, iron rust but carbon does not rust. It means they have different masses. In case of carbon, the mass is 12U. In case of iron, it is 56. In that case, they have different masses and their properties will also be different. Next point is, atom combines in the ratio of small whole numbers to form compound. You have done law of definite proportion. I have told in case of carbon dioxide, when carbon and oxygen combine, they always combine in 3:8. That means whenever atom combines to form compound, they always combine in the ratio of small whole numbers. Understood? Last point is, the number of atoms and kind of atoms are always constant. That means whenever we are making any of the compound, so in that case the number of atoms will always be constant as well as the kind of atoms are always constant. That means if we are making water, so in that case hydrogen there will be 2 atoms and 1 atom of oxygen will be there. It is not possible that instead of hydrogen we can take any other element. That means kind of atoms and number of atoms are always constant. Understood? These are few postulates which were given by John Dalton. Understood? Now next topic is molecular mass. What is molecular mass? Molecular mass can be defined as the sum of atomic masses of all the atoms present in a molecule is known as its molecular mass. It can be calculated in this way. If we are having water molecule, we have to find the mass of this water molecule. So what we will do, we will write the atomic masses and multiplying by the number of atoms, and after that we add them. In case of water, there are 2 atoms of hydrogen and 1 of oxygen. So we will write the atomic mass of hydrogen, that is 1U, multiplied by the number of atoms, that is 2, plus atomic mass of oxygen, that is 16. So in that case, we write 2 plus 16, that is 18U. Fine. So we can easily calculate the molecular mass of any molecule by multiplying the atomic mass of an element by the number of atoms, and after that we add them. Now students, next topic is formula mass. It is calculated in the same way as we calculate the molecular mass, but the difference is that we calculate the formula mass for the compound which are made up of ions. Ions means ionic compounds are made up of cation and anion. If we are taking example of sodium chloride, In that case, sodium is a cation and chloride is an anion. In that case, when we see an ionic compound, in ionic compound, cations and anions are arranged in such a way that they form a three-dimensional structure. It means whenever we are calculating the mass of ionic compounds, we say that that mass is a formula mass. Understood? That means if we are writing the mass of sodium chloride, the mass of sodium is 23 and mass of chlorine is 35.5. We write 58.5 U. That means for molecular mass and formula mass, they are calculated in the same way, but the difference is that in formula mass we use the compounds which are made up of ions. Fine. Now students, till now we are dealing with masses, atomic mass, molecular mass, formula unit mass, or we are talking about atoms, how many atoms are present in a particular molecule. Understood? But sometimes we need the information about the percentage of an element in a particular compound. That means किसी भी compound के अंदर कोई element है वो कितने परसेंट है by mass, तो उसकी जानकारी के लिए what we do, we find percentage composition of that element in that compound. There is a formula, mass percentage of an element is equal to mass of that element in that compound multiplied by 100 divided by molar mass of that compound. Molar mass का मतलब mass of that compound in gram. Understood? We can get it by an example. It is water. When we calculate the mass of water, it is 18 gram. That means molar mass of water. Fine. अगर इस compound H2O में वाटर मॉलिक्यूल के अंदर हमें फाइंड करना है कि हाउ मच परसेंटेज ऑफ हाइड्रोजन इज प्रेजेंट इन दिस वाटर, तो वी यूज द सेम फार्मूला, मास ऑफ दैट एलिमेंट इन द कंपाउंड. इसमें हाइड्रोजन का मास कितना है 2, वी राइट 2 अपॉन मोलर मास ऑफ द कंपाउंड इट इज 18 multiplied by 100, we get 11.1%. Similarly, we can find the percentage of oxygen. Oxygen mass is 16 upon total mass of the compound is 18 gram multiplied by 100, we get 88.889%. In that way, we can say that in water molecule, the percentage composition of hydrogen is 11.1% and of oxygen is 88.889%. Understood? Just go through by one more example. If we are taking calcium carbonate, CaCO3, when we calculate the mass of calcium carbonate, calcium is 40, carbon is 12, oxygen 16 into 3, it will be 100 gram. Fine. Now we have to find the percentage composition of calcium. Percentage of calcium is equal to mass of that element in the compound, it is 40 gram upon molar mass of the compound is 100 multiplied by 100. Fine. We get 40%. That means in calcium carbonate, the percentage composition of calcium is 40%. Similarly, for percentage of carbon, it is 12 upon 100 multiplied by 100. That means it is 12% only. And percentage of oxygen, how much? 16 3s are 48. 48 upon 100 multiplied by 100. It is 48%. Understood? In that way, we can find the percentage composition of an element in a particular compound. Understood? Now students, see exercise question number 1.2. We have to find the mass percentage of different element present in sodium sulfate. The formula of sodium sulfate is Na2SO4. Now first of all, what we will do, we will find the mass of this compound Na2SO4. Fine. Sodium mass is 23. There are 2 atoms. Sulfur is 32. Oxygen is 16 multiplied by 4 atoms are there. Fine. It is 46 plus 32 plus 64. Understood? It will come 142 gram. This is the mass of the compound. Understood? Now we have to find percentage of each element. Percentage of sodium is equal to mass of sodium. There are 2 atoms of sodium, that means 46 gram. Mass of sodium upon mass of compound multiplied by 100. Fine. Similarly, percentage of sulfur. Mass of sulfur, 1 atom is there. 32 upon 142 multiplied by 100. Similarly, percentage of oxygen. There are 4 atoms of oxygen, mass is 64 upon 142 multiplied by 100. Understood? when we calculate the mass of all three and we solve it, we get the percentage of sodium is 32.3%, percentage of sulfur is 22.5%, and percentage of oxygen is 45.07% in this compound, that is sodium sulfate. Understood?